This is Rock and Roll English. Real people, real English. Here's your host, Martin Johnston.
Hello everyone and welcome to another episode of Rock and Roll English. Episode number 267, baby. Oh yeah. In today's episode I speak to the Hellraiser. Yes, he is finally here. You know how difficult it is to locate this strange, mysterious man, but I managed to find him and speak to him for 1 hour to record a podcast together. And we speak about new things in life, okay? I must admit, this is the podcast I had planned to do with the Hellraiser and Mental Marky Mark together a couple of weeks ago because it was a new thing, but that wasn't possible, so we do it today. And also, I am experiencing a lot of new things in my life at the moment, so I like to talk about what's happening in my life. And on the topic of new things, membership to the Rock and Roll English family is officially opening very, very soon. I am just putting the last final touches on a few things and then I will let you know. So keep your eyes and ears open for this because there have been a lot of changes in the family and believe me, it is a wonderful place to be. But before you become a part of that community, here is today's episode with the Hellraiser. Yes, it feels good to say that. Anyway, I won't say any more. Happy listening. Hellraiser, how are you today?
Pretty good, Martin. What about you?
Always fantastic, Hellraiser. Always fantastic. Even more fantastic, we are finally speaking. I almost can't believe this is true. I was looking at my phone and I was fully expecting a message just to say, really sorry, mate, but something's come up. There's been an emergency and I have to go. But here you are.
Keep the faith, Martin. That's the power of positivity.
Yeah, because a couple of weeks ago, we nearly had that 3-way podcast, but then at the very last minute, you had to pop out. Yeah.
Yep. There was an emergency. An emergency pop out. Not me. That sounds a bit obscene. It wasn't me popping out as an emergency. There was an emergency I had to pop out for.
Sure, there was. Can I just say as well? I noticed that you're putting food into your mouth. Okay, for a podcast. Okay, your mouth is essential to this podcast. So if you could keep the mouth clean, so no food, no penises, nothing in the mouth. Please, okay?
No guarantees on everything, but yep, we'll try for most of that. I just put I don't know why I did that. I just put something in immediately as we started the podcast, and now it's just sitting in my cheek. I'm just going to have to let it dissolve slowly over the whole course of the podcast.
You just can't help it, can you? Putting things in your mouth, hey?
Just curious.
Yeah, very much like my child, actually, who is 1. She likes to put things in her mouth, like stones, sand, very similar to you. Hey, Hellraiser.
My uncle once put a piece of sponge up his nose, and he got it so far up there, he had to get it surgically removed. So I'm not at that stage.
Let's just explore this a little bit. So your uncle, so older than you, when he was an adult, like a sponge that you wash yourself with in a bath, decided to put that up his nose. Is this right?
Yeah, I should have run through the facts before I said that. No, he is older than me, but when he was a child,
right,
he had a favorite toy, and he loved it so much that it came apart, and then loved it even more, and then shoved it up his nose.
He decided to snort it.
Yeah, he started young, and he had to go to hospital.
Right, okay, that does make a little bit more sense because I was just seeing a lot of similarities there between your uncle and you know, things going up your nose and in your mouth kind of thing. But so, okay, we've explored that. So it's been a while, but how do we usually start the show?
Someone tells us whether they love us or not.
Yes. Do you think someone is telling us that they love us today?
Yeah, pretty hopeful.
Yes, someone has. So this is from Diego Carreno. Apologies as always for the pronunciation. A Facebook review, but they're good as well. And it says, after several years of listening to RnR English, today I can say that I've completely caught up with all the episodes of this amazing podcast. Lovely vocab as well there. Caught up, reached the same point where we are now. Martin, Dan the Man, and the rest of the friends that participate in this show are also part of my life. I've learned a lot thanks to them, and I've enjoyed a great deal listening to the crazy history that Martin has told us. I really look up to you, Martin. You are a real pro and a great inspiring person, not to mention a freelance human being. Sorry I can't leave a review on iTunes because I don't know how to, but this post is my review for you. I wish a long life for this podcast, and in the meantime, keep on rocking. So unbelievable. Thank you so much, Diego. And so Diego says that he looks up to me. I was just wondering, Hellraiser, if you look up to me as well.
You're way shorter than me. That would be, I'd have to sit down.
Yeah, shorter. I was talking, in a kind of metaphorical sense. I'm older than you, more experienced, 6 months older than you. So I've got more life experience. Do you look for me for advice and everything as an example in life to follow?
Yeah, it's like I don't want to end up like Martin, so let me do everything the opposite to what he has in all spheres of life. I think and it's going well for me so far because you keep getting yourself into more stuff, and I just keep avoiding it. So yeah, thanks. Keep on keeping on.
That's actually a great song. That is "Keep On Keeping On." If anyone wants to listen to that, but yeah, I'm glad that I am an example. Your shining light, your north star to follow. Okay, so Hellraiser, on to today's show. Okay. Well, I thought we could talk about new things to try in life, because I've recently kind of started another new business of helping people with like business English. I recently made a LinkedIn profile as well, all new for me. So I thought we could talk about new things, okay? And just quickly on the topic of LinkedIn, I actually found your profile, Hellraiser. And so just to give people a quick summary of the Hellraiser's work experience. So he was an auditor, so just checking numbers. He worked in a milk factory. He ran a pub. He did some painting and decorating, then moved to Africa for his top secret job. And on your profile, this is copied and pasted from your profile. It says, a highly skilled, adaptable and capable individual with a broad and varied experience of many industries. A proven track record of rising to new and stretching challenges and making tangible improvements to organizational operations. Good description of you, Hellraiser.
That's what I'm going to have on my tombstone. Stand by all of that. Daniel Hillary, and then just all of that statement from my LinkedIn profile. I think I'm going to have it put on T-shirts, tombstones, everything.
That will sell a lot of T-shirts. A highly skilled, adaptable, and capable individual. Yeah, that's exactly how I would describe you. Actually,
what part of that would you change?
Nothing. I mean, it's perfect. A proven track record of rising to new and stretching challenges. What is a stretching challenge?
Well, I was going to say exciting, but right. sometimes they're not exciting, and you just have to do it, and they might, stretch you a little bit, stretch you out.
Sure thing. Okay, so we've covered that one. Okay, so now I've got some different things, and we can talk about them, like if you've done them, if you want to do them, because new experiences in life just make you a better person. You've moved to Africa, Hellraiser. I moved to Italy. So one of them is volunteering. Have you ever tried any volunteering, Hellraiser? Because you're such a highly skilled and adaptable and capable individual, I thought maybe you had done some volunteering.
Oh, I mean, sure, because I am so adaptable, and if it's a stretching challenge, I'll do it. I'll make a tangible improvement. Sure, whatever. But have I done it? Not yet.
Right, okay, because I've tried my hand at a bit of volunteering, so I've done a bit of volunteering, taught English to a few refugees in Rome online. I must admit, whenever I've done volunteering, I kind of want other people to see, I want other people to see what a wonderful person I am.
That's what volunteering's all about.
But no one ever really sees, and I'm kind of thinking, is anyone looking at this? Like, I'm such a great human, but did not happen. Actually thought of doing some volunteering here now in Chelmsford. Now we're back. I saw a program of mentoring teenagers, and I thought I've got to the point in my life where I can become a mentor for teenagers. What do you think, Hellraiser?
You get robbed as soon as you walk in. Mentor them in what?
Just life. I can be a life coach, okay? I could talk to them about that. Lots of stuff, Hellraiser. Lots of stuff. But okay, moving to the next thing. The next thing to try is like attend a different type of event. You know, people go to the cinema, they, go to the pub, this kind of thing. Have you ever been to a different kind of event? For example, I once went, believe it or not, to a poetry night, Hellraiser. Okay. When I was living in Palermo, I thought, I'm going to be a bit of a culture vulture. Went to a poetry night and they were giving wine and cheese and I was eating it, kind of like the volunteering again, thinking, I really wish someone could see me and just think, he is so cultured. But really, I was just thinking, what the fuck is this? This is a complete waste of time. But
when did you do this? Was this recently?
No, it was probably about 5-6 years ago. And I think it was there when I really developed my true hatred for poetry, because I just thought, it was in Italian as well. I wasn't understanding a lot of stuff. Just kind of standing there, just sort of drinking my wine, just saying, yeah. Mm-hmm. Oh, poetry, hey. Poetry is so good. And it was very much my vibe. But what about you? Have you been to any of these type of events, Hellraiser? I can imagine you have attended many strange events in your time. Not necessarily poetry, a sex party, anything like that.
Yeah, but is that what we're talking about?
That's not a strange event. That's just a normal Tuesday night. Okay, so another one here is yoga. Have you ever tried yoga, Hellraiser?
Yeah, these aren't that crazy. These are just kind of normal things that people do.
Not everyone.
I thought you might have gone a bit more, like a different event.
Well,
I don't know, snake taming or something like that. That you've just done people's normal hobbies.
Okay, not for everyone, okay? It can be a new experience. So what were you like at yoga then, Hellraiser? Did you get in touch with your spiritual side?
Always, 24/7. Always there.
Such a spiritual person. In fact, another one on the list here is meditation. What about that, Hellraiser? Have you tried that? Tried your hand at meditation?
I've dipped my toe, yeah. I like it.
And how does that go for you? Because anytime I've tried, they say empty your mind, and I'm constantly having the battle in my mind of like thinking, why am I thinking about a football match from 1997? I shouldn't be thinking about that. And then an argument happens, and then I just think this is a waste of time. So how do you do it?
Yeah, similar problems, but not football matches from 1997.
Sometimes also football matches from 1998 though, so it can be different. Okay, so another one here is to change your look. Okay, like new me, I want to try something new, a new look. And you, Hellraiser, have definitely done this a few times, haven't you? You had your, let's say, yob stage, so someone that off like you think like a young offender kind of thing, where I think you wanted a Nike logo shaved into the back of your head, but so that was one. Then you had like the flashy kind of stage, so like flash, where you had like diamond earrings, 2 diamond earrings, but were they real or just fake, like just plastic ones?
Okay, one of them was real. the diamond studded in the nose.
Right. Oh, in the nose. I forgot about the one in the nose. So you actually had one, I think, in the nose and in the ears.
Yeah, I had a few. Yeah,
a few diamonds. Then you went to the kind of goth stage, where you was kind of like black and like, let's kill everyone. Life is shit kind of thing. And now you've kind of been stable for the last few years of just rock and roll kind of vibe.
Yeah, can't argue with that. Apart from now, my hair's gone completely grey, so I've had a style choice made for me. So just got to work around that.
Sure, I'm moving into the grey stage now, actually. And you know what? I was asking myself the other day, shall I just go grey or the colour? It was a difficult one, but I think I've decided. What do you think?
Don't be a prick. don't dye your hair. Come on, it's all right.
You just need to accept it, I think, don't you? We're not 20 anymore, Hellraiser. It's just a new stage of life. It's just going to be a new me. Exactly what this podcast is about.
I'm not suggesting you need to give up. Don't just give up.
Give up on life. I gave up on life 10 years ago, Hellraiser, at least.
Yeah, but come on.
I was just thinking again about my mentoring skills about the teenagers. Maybe I'll just give them that advice. Just sort of, I gave up on life when I was about 21. So, a teenager, you're 15. So enjoy the next 6 years, because after that, it's over. Okay? So good luck. Move on to the next teenager.
I honestly think that it was earlier than that for you. It wasn't 21 in any way. It was about 14. It was about 14 when you
when I gave up.
Like with your first girlfriend, that was it. And you were just, no way.
Stopped at 14, which is strange because that is also the same age where my body stopped growing. So I think I stopped growing as a person, physically, everything just
emotionally
stopped when I was 14. You're right. So when I speak to that 15-year-old, I'll just say, you know what, I gave up on life when I was 14, so you've actually had one extra year than me anyway, so it's a bonus. So
what they can do is use you as like a worst case scenario. Look at you and you can say to someone who's like 15, look mate, your body's grown one more year than mine has. You've probably got at least another 3-4 years of growth left in you. You could be me. You're not. And then they can say, yeah, you're right. You are shit. And then they can live their lives a bit more fuller. Yeah, that's good actually. No, that's a really good idea.
Sure. Very much the same model that I think I've provided for you over time. So the next one on my list is a massage. Have you ever tried a massage, Hellraiser? And let's talk about the legal ones, okay? Remember, this is for some teenagers that actually listen, not the ones I'm mentoring, but other teenagers. So let's talk about the legal massages. Have you ever had one of those?
Yeah, I have.
Yeah? Are you going to go into any detail about it? Did you like it?
No, I can't. It's between me and the masseuse. I'm sorry. That's the massage code.
Another one on my list here, Hellraiser. Taste a new drink. Because actually the last time I saw you, Hellraiser, a few weeks ago, I think for the first time in my life, I tried an ale. I don't even know. Is it a type of beer? I've always stayed away from ale because I've always thought you need to be a real man to drink ale. That's the type of thing that like my granddad used to drink, and I've just never thought I would ever get to that level. But what an experience that was, a bit of ale.
Honestly, it's like you've been living in a garage with no internet and no contact with the outside world for the past 15 years. You're talking about yoga and ale. Yeah, ale is great. Ale is good. More people on the ale train, the better, I think. And it was from a local brewery, wasn't it? In Chelmsford.
It was.
We saw each other in Chelmsford.
Yeah. Well, that's I'm just branching out, Hellraiser, experiencing new things in life, okay? And another thing I experienced recently, again, it's just a new me, new country, new beer, everything new. So in our new house, for some strange reason, I think because when I sleep, I always like to be near the door, just in case there's an emergency, I can escape. And, Mrs. RnR, she'll sort herself out. She'll sort herself out.
Very smart. Smart.
So we've changed sides of the bed. Have you ever done that? It's fucking... It bent my mind. I was waking up in the night thinking, what the hell is going on here? Like, where am I? I'm on the wrong side of the bed. Like,
but why don't you try changing sides and then the other end as well? If that will really mess with your head.
Fuck off.
That'll blow your mind. Yeah.
Absolutely no.
Loco.
Absolutely. Okay, so I think we've pretty much covered everything there, Hellraiser, of a new life. So how many of these new things are you going to try?
With you? Why don't I try them with you?
I mean, well, we already did the ale together, so sure. Why the hell not, hey?
Well, yoga will be nice to do. We could just do a couple of YouTube yoga.
I would not feel comfortable doing yoga with you. I can imagine you getting really into it and talking to the spirits and doing stuff like this.
I could be your spirit guide.
Sure. I think, well, okay, we'll leave it at that then. You can be my spirit guide in life, okay?
Perfect.
Okay, well, thanks as always, Hellraiser, and we'll see you soon, okay?
All right. Adios.
Bye-bye. Okay, so that was me and the Hellraiser talking about new things in life. I would also just like to say at this point how lots of what we say on this podcast is a joke, okay? So when I was talking about volunteering there, I was kind of joking about the fact how I want people to see, because that's one of the great things about volunteering, is it makes you feel like a great person, like it made me feel like a great person when I was volunteering. So it is a reason to do it. And I am trying to become a volunteer here in Chelmsford. That was not a joke, and actually become one of these mentors for teenagers. The problem is, here in England, it's bloody impossible even to get a volunteer job. It's like a real job, applications, interviews. So we will see how that goes. But on to today's vocab. So not too much, was more of just a chit chat with the Hellraiser, but we had something's come up at the beginning. When something comes up, it's a great excuse to not do something, like the Hellraiser when he didn't do the podcast with Mental Marky Mark and me. I can't. Something's come up. And then you don't need to specify what has happened. The Hellraiser mentioned his uncle shoving something up his nose. So when you shove something, it's like push it really hard. So far, he had to get it surgically removed. In the review, we had, I've caught up with all the episodes. So if you are behind with the episodes, what do you need to do? You need to reach today. You need to catch up. I also fully recommend checking out the song we mentioned, Keep On Keeping On. I will post that in the RnR English family group for you this week. And the Hellraiser said that he stands by his LinkedIn profile. So when you stand by something, you say, yes, no, that's right. I'm not changing my mind. Whatever you say, I don't care. I'm standing by it. A lovely term was, I've tried my hand at. I mentioned how I've tried my hand at volunteering. A lovely rock and roll way to say I've done a bit of that. And if you want to say even a little tiny bit, you can say what the Hellraiser said when he said, I've dipped my toe, when he was talking about meditation, I think it was. We also spoke about the Hellraiser being a yob. So think of a yob as an offender, the type of person that would throw a brick through a window, okay? That would be a yob. And the Hellraiser also mentioned how he needs to work around his grey hair. So when you work around something, you have a problem. You cannot move the problem. You just deal with it and find a way. That's working around something. But remember, all of the vocab is on the website, rockandrollenglish.com/episode 267. I will see you all very soon, people. But in the meantime, just keep on rocking, baby.
Thanks so much for listening to RnR English. For more great content and to stay up to date, visit rockandrollenglish.com and facebook.com/rockandrollenglish. We'll catch you next time.